In today's video, the difference between energy drinks and pre-workouts.
All by myself.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com, and I got my man Steve BROGRAND with me. How you doing, Stevie?
Hi.
We got a new light here. It's pretty shiny.
Yeah, it's bright.
You got to prepare for it. Hurts the eyes.
Yeah.
And what we did today was we took a question off Steve's Instagram. So I'm going to put his Instagram here on the channel. And we're going to talk a little bit about today the difference between pre-workouts and energy drinks, why you might want to choose one or the other. What are some of the differences and ingredients? And the question came from his Instagram. So if you have questions, you can also send them to Steve. He has a wonderful channel as well. I try to keep up, but you guys know it's busy season for me. So I haven't been as frequent with the videos. And so I'm going to link Steven's channel below. So go check him out. He's like a slightly smarter, more awkward version of me. Point proven. Point proven. So Steve got his master's degree in exercise science from the University of South Florida, where I was actually in school and met him. And so what we're going to talk about today is those two things. Energy drinks, what are they? What do they do? Pre-workouts, what are they? What do they do? So I think let's start with the energy drink first, because I think that's probably one of the more common things on the market right now. There's a lot of brands out there, but I am sponsored by American Energy. So guess what we're talking about?
Yeah.
But when we're talking about the kind of energy drink line as a whole, there's a lot of brands out there, and I've tried them all, and I enjoy them all, but it happens to be my current favorite is the apple flavored by American Energy. But let's talk about what is the purpose behind an energy drink.
Yeah, so energy drinks came out a while ago. They've been around for a long time, obviously. Rebranded all over the place. You know, extreme sports, what's up, let's go. Probably the big determinant of like making them really popular, right? So the nice part about energy drinks, super easy to get a hold of. You can go to any gas station, any health food stores. It's really easy to just find one and be like, hey, pop, boom, got a little bit of caffeine. And for most of them, caffeine's your main component, right? Yeah. So it's about the stimulants. And they can all range in terms of how much caffeine they have. I've seen some as low as like 150 milligrams. I've seen some are as high as around 300 milligrams.
Yeah, you gotta really pay attention to that, because I think some of the energy drink companies now are marketing for that like huge rush of like energy. And so you got to be careful. The core has 200 milligrams, which I find to be very tolerable, but you know, that depends on your caffeine levels. Yeah,
so I think for me, when I look at most energy drinks, it's the stimulants. It's the caffeine, maybe green tea extract, green tea extract, those kinds of things. That's mainly what you're going to be getting from them. So it's going to provide you a nice little mental boost, maybe a nice energy boost. We do know that caffeine has been associated with improvements in performance. It can, increase thermogenesis and some other cool things like that. But really, when it comes down to it, the vast majority of them, when you're talking about what is the main component of it, caffeine. Very simple.
I think in the last few years, nootropics have become kind of the biggest change in the supplement world. Like, I noticed a few years ago, choline started to be putting a lot of things, and I definitely notice when those things are involved, a bit more focus. I become a bit more chattery, almost like an Adderall effect. Some of these things have, like, where you just feel like, I don't know, I feel more like energetic about talking, because I'm generally pretty laid back, and when I get on some of these energy drinks, sometimes I'm like chattery.
See, I have ADHD, so it's the other way around for me.
I think what I use caffeine for mostly when dieting down for fat loss is that sensation of, especially with an energy drink, is you get a little bit of appetite suppression. I notice I can have an energy drink, it's got a flavor to it, it might be a little bit sweet. I can have that between meals. Not only am I now able to kind of fight off hunger, but I can get back to work or, be productive at a period where I might otherwise be trying to snack.
Yeah, and the nice part is it's also because it's flavored, like it's something that's in your mouth, it kind of gets your mind off of eating a little bit. So they can definitely provide a lot of benefit in and of themselves, 100% for sure. Yeah,
I've definitely noticed during prep, I tend to kind of increase my diet soda consumption just to satiate myself. So it's something you got to pay attention to is how much caffeine you're taking in, because it can lose its impact. There is a tolerance created when you're kind of drinking, a coffee and then a couple energy drinks throughout the day and then maybe a pre-workout. So with an energy drink, the marketing behind them, the thinking is let's go have a quick shot of something to drink. And it can certainly be used in the same realm as a pre-workout.
Absolutely.
But pre-workouts have a very different kind of makeup and goal in mind.
Absolutely.
It's not just about giving you a boost of caffeine.
Right.
So let's talk about some of the main ingredients that we typically find in a pre-workout.
So again, caffeine is still going to be one of them. And if you're not looking at your pre-workouts and you're getting, maybe some cheaper options, probably that's still going to be the main thing.
Yeah.
One of the big things a lot of people don't pay attention to is dosing, right? What is correct dosing? So a lot of cheaper pre-workouts are going to have ineffective dosing. They're not giving you enough of what they're giving.
And what does the label look like when they don't tell you what's in the dosing?
Yeah. Oh, it's all proprietary blends. Always.
So a good mark, and again, I'm with Core Nutritionals, so take this for what it's worth. But the Core Nutritionals brand as a whole puts all their product labels on the back and completely tells you how much of each ingredient is in their products. There are no proprietary blends on Core's. So, the thing about Doug Miller is he creates these products for himself. So without going too far on a tangent, let's talk about the main ingredients in a pre-workout.
Yeah, so with Doug's, you're always going to find creatine in there. Creatine monohydrate, we know that it can increase power production. Very, very small portion of the population is a non-responder to it. There's also some other cool research out there in terms of like Alzheimer's stuff and preventative stuff like that. But creatine brings in extra energy into the muscle cell, saturates the muscles with creatine phosphate, which we use as an energy system. Boom, we're more powerful. We can do more work capacity, right? We can handle more volume in the gym. And so that's one that's going to be in all of Doug Miller's products, right?
And one thing about creatine, this is a common question that'll probably be in the questions below, when should you take it?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter when you take creatine.
Matter.
It just matters that you take it consistently because, as he said, it builds up in our bodies. So it's not an acute response. You don't need to take it pre-workout or post-workout. Yeah. What you need to do is just take it consistently every day. Because a lot of the pre-workouts already contain it, it's a good habit to get into to take creatine pre-workout if you're not going to include a pre-workout.
Yes, absolutely. One of the other big ones is going to be citrulline malate. So citrulline malate came out after arginine was around for a while because arginine doesn't really get into the bloodstream very well. Citrulline malate gets into the bloodstream extremely well, then converts itself into arginine, right?
Yeah, so it's more bioavailable.
Absolutely. So that becomes really important in terms of getting a really good pump, right? Getting those swole muscles, right? And again, since muscular strain, right, cellular swelling can be one of the mechanisms of hypertrophy. If we get more cellular swelling, long term, hey, we're probably doing more to get more hypertrophy to the muscle.
And then even the psychology, you get a good pump in the gym, it's kind of encouraging to keep working out and come back and get another one.
Absolutely. And then again, a lot of pre-workouts now are going to have things like choline and other nootropics in them that are going to help you with focus. So that's always great. Any kind of mental stimulation that you can get to help pay attention to your sets, right? One of the big things for me is safety. When I'm working out, I want to come out of my workout feeling just as good as I did when I went in. I don't want to come up off my back like, oh God. So I want to pay attention to them. I want to be able to focus on every rep, every set. Nootropics can be a huge help with that, help you to really make sure that you're paying attention to your form, that you're lifting safely, and you're performing everything well. So the nootropics have been, like you said, one of the really big things that they've started to put in.
I feel like even though you might be physically fatigued, you have a feeling of fatigue resistance. You have a feeling of not being as run down in the gym, so you're able to train with a little bit more intensity. And that's the goal behind a pre-workout. It's specifically engineered so that you take it prior to going to the gym and you're going to have a better workout. And over time, those small differences are what's going to lead to a better physique. We're not suggesting that a pre-workout is a requirement. A lot of people don't take pre-workouts, and I didn't take one for years. Now that they're available, I don't have to go out and get my caffeine from one place, my creatine from one place. They mix them, they're delicious. And the deeper, I get into prep, the more dependent I come on the pre-workout.
Absolutely.
And even the dosing. So we talked about the caffeine that's in an energy drink. Some of the pre-workout brands will actually increase the amount of stimulants. And so Doug actually created a second brand called Miracle Labs and decided he was going to go full blast. It might be the most caffeine legally allowed in a product. I'm trying to remember if this has like 400 milligrams.
400,
So Red, White, and Boom actually has 400 milligrams of caffeine per serving. Now, granted, the serving size is huge in that, so you could definitely take half, but that's something you got to pay attention to.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had a friend vomit once from a pre-workout called Super Pump.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day, he took like 2 scoops of Super Pump, thinking that was actually 2 servings.
Yeah.
And he vomited in the gym. And so, you know, pay attention to what you're doing. You know,
For sure.
the purpose is not to
not to die, not to throw up. Not
yeah,
to
but
pass out,
that's a very heavy stimulant based product, which, you know, I don't use very often, but every now and then I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I need to kick today in the dick, so I'm gonna have a little bit of a
That's my daily.
red wine. He puts that in his coffee.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it, guys. I mean, the idea behind an energy drink is you use it, I guess, a little more throughout the day based on your needs. The pre-workout is designed specifically for that period prior to working out. Anything else?
Booyah.
Booyah. All right, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow.